Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the FX Daily Roundup. And we're seeing another relatively quiet day, at least as far as an indie season. We'll just take a quick look at that to start with. You can see here we're trading in a very, very tight range here on the SPOOs. We're actually looking on the 2-hour chart. I have a little bit of a gravestone doji right here and almost here with the fallen bar, but we're trading in a rather tight range. We're looking for a move back to around 86.15 as a test of the NASDAQ, and then for this market to roll back. Well, we did make a move towards there. We came up a little bit short, but roll back in totality, we have not. We're just trading stuck in an exceptionally quiet range. You can see it right here with the SPOOs here. We're just stuck here right on these highs. In the meantime, we've seen the bond market, which had come off yesterday, rally back during the Asian European session, and then roll right back down. We're pretty close to a zone here, coming in at 56.24 to 56.28. Similar movement here, as you can see in the 10-year note. Crude oil, though, continues to remain surprisingly close to the $61 area. And gold, although it has recovered decently from Friday's sell-off on the China announcement news, we've had some, up and down action over the last couple of days, but you can see here, or since Sunday. But we've actually held up close, in the mid-range, if we want to call it that. Maybe a little bit better. I mean, we made it up to Friday around 1492 before we rolled down quite a bit on that sell-off on the Chinese announcement. So we're kind of maybe a little bit better than 50%. With that, we'll go in and take a look here with the FX market. Okay, and taking a look here at the cable, we have seen the cable going and pull back. We came back quite a bit, but you can see actually where we came to is fairly close, actually overshot a little bit, the 23%, which is a 31.46 of this entire move from 1956 to 35.14. We actually had our bias chart support as, I think it was right here, 31.36. We had that in the European session, but we do also have a half-hour level coming at 31.26. We're actually under both of those. You can see that comes in right there, right here and there, 31.36 coming across here, but we're actually, weaker here. We did have UK employment data come in. There was also some concerns, and there's some talk as over the squawk, they're saying grabbing some legs about a potential cut as we, or not potential, they're seeing it more than be potential cut from the Bank of England here in 2020. So that's weighing somewhat here on the cable. Take a look at the on the euro. We're going to see here. After Friday's pullback, looked like the euro might be a little bit in trouble. We were talking about how it was holding relatively well yesterday. We pushed up a little bit higher. Our bias chart resistance today is 1180. I think we came up to 1173. But we still need to get above 1154 here to generate a little bit further short coverage, and that's on a daily close, which you were not able to go in and do that yesterday. So we're trying to push up, but we'll need that a little bit higher. There's some talk we might see a little bit of movement into the euro as we're moving towards the end of the year. That will remain to be seen. Take a look here with the dollar CAD. We saw a pullback yesterday and then a rebound here with the dollar CAD. We had our support here at 31.36. We got down low as 31.16 before we saw a rally back, which took us back up here to 31.86. The key support level, which eventually broke and was resistance on Friday, 32.05, remains resistance, and we've since slid back again here on the CAD. But we are looking a little bit further back as we have an uptrend line here, or coming in right there just below 31. But we'll see how we hold up. And right now we've come down, we made down to 31.36. Dollar CAD still remains a bit on the weak side. Even the rally backs are running out of steam. With that, we'll go and take a look here with the dollar yen. We had a nice close yesterday, but we're sliding back below the 954, which is going to be key for the daily. If we get that close below 954, it really opens the door for us to once again move potentially back the pivot. Take a look here also at the peso. We had really seen quite the sell-off here in the peso on the dailies, and really this market has really come apart. I thought we might see some support around 1897, enough for a bounce, but we did get a bounce. We were looking for 1908 at the time. It went right up there to 1908, but I thought when they came back they'd still hold it steady, but no, the pressure remains. Our bias chart support today is right here at 1892. We're actually below that. Like I said, we're very, very oversold. How much further they can push down, I don't know. I mean, potentially the next move is to 1885, but we are exceptionally oversold. So the potential for a bit of a snapback rally, I think, is starting to build up a little bit. We'll have to see how equities do overall here with that market. Looking at the Kiwi, we did go on to get a gravestone doji close on Friday. Although yesterday we kind of pushed the market and stayed in a very tight range, but we opened up a little bit higher, but we stayed very tight. Today we're now starting to weaken, and you have to allow for that. I mean, we've had a nice 3-week run in this Kiwi, certainly well within reason to pull back. That being said, we'll just take a quick look. Like I said, it's a relatively quiet day here across all the markets, including whether it's of FX or indices, even bonds too. Looking here in the Kiwi Yen, same thing. We had the same play of gravestone doji, but we saw a little bit firmer close yesterday. You can see that here, and came up again and challenged resistance again today, coming in at that 72.36. But we've got support coming in here, and once again, a great 3-week run here. The other one we'll keep an eye on here is going to be the Aussie Yen, and then we'll just go on and finish on a very, very quiet day with the Guppy and the sterling odd. On the Aussie Yen, you can see we've started to slide right back below here after a nice 2-day run. Kind of gave it back on Friday, a partial, held steady on Monday, but here we are sliding back again here. And with that, we're going to move into the Guppy. Certainly, we've seen the sterling pairs a little bit under pressure, and you can see here we actually coming right down here into this 43.36 here. Very key level. You can see that across the board, going way back. Okay. And it's actually confluencing with this trend line. So some good support here. Certainly the sterling pairs are under pressure, but this is going to provide some good support here at 43.36. We already had a fabulous run here in the dollar yen. Well, actually, I mean, in the Guppy, sterling versus the yen. Let's go and take a look real quickly on a fib. And we're almost at the 23%. You can see that 23% comes in at 42.91. So maybe a little bit of chance that we could shoot beyond 43, but be careful here. Like I said, we're coming into some value levels here at 43 to 42.5, and we are coming up here up to this trend line. Probably overshoot a little bit, but we're going to see some support coming in there, some value. With that, let's go and close it up with the sterling versus the odd. Same thing here. We had a nice gravestone doji yesterday, and actually yesterday was pretty surprising to see that we came back here and, despite the way the market rallied, obviously on the UK election, we rolled into Friday. We saw this market even take out the highs just a bit from those Friday closes yesterday. Well, actually in the Asian session the prior evening, and then come back, finish in these lows, and then we accelerated lower here, coming in once again towards this trend line. There's some value support coming in right there, which is going to be 91.13 here. So once again, we're still relatively quiet across the board, across really all the markets right now. We were well into coming into the holiday season. And watch this dollar yen though at 954. It's going to be key for the close to keep that market up. With that, thanks for joining us here on the FX Daily Roundup. Have a good day trading.